Hey everyone, this is Oren with zzBots. In this video, I will show you step by step how to sync Asana and Google Calendar both ways in real time using zzBots. Previously, it required 4 bots and being on the paid plan to sync between Asana and Google Calendar in zzBots. But now it can be done on the free plan with 2 bots. On the free plan, you can sync up to 100 changes per month. You will need to upgrade to the personal plan or better to sync more changes. First, we will need to add Asana and Google Calendar as connected apps in zzBots. Now let's go to Bots and create this sync. We will name the first bot Asana to Google Calendar Sync. Step 1 will be on new or updated task in your Asana account. We'll select the workspace and the project ID. Then we will insert an if step. This step will ensure that the bot will only continue if the Asana task has a due date or time. We will insert the value of has due time and select is not empty. Then we will insert a second if step. This will make it so that our bot will know whether or not to update an existing event in Google Calendar or to add a new one. In the first field, we'll insert the value of sync ID. In the drop-down, we'll select is empty. The sync ID is used to store if this task has been synced yet, and with which Google Calendar event is synced with. Now let's put custom yes and no steps. Yes will trigger when there is no sync ID. So here we will add a new detailed event in Google Calendar. Here we will insert the values from the Asana task into this Google Calendar step. This makes it so that each new event in Google Calendar has the matching data from the Asana tasks. In title, we'll insert the value of name, and in description, we'll insert the value of notes. In the all-day event field, we'll insert the value of all-day task. In the start and end date fields, we'll insert the value of the calculated start and end date times. In the sync ID field, we'll insert the value of the Asana task ID. Make sure to enter the same values as shown in this video into your bots for this sync to work correctly. Now let's enter an update task step. This will add a sync ID to the Asana task that links to the new Google Calendar event. We will insert the Asana ID into the ID field, and then we will insert the Google ID into the sync ID field. No will trigger when there is already a sync ID. Here we'll add an update event in Google Calendar step. First, we'll select the calendar, then we'll insert the values from Asana as follows. In the event ID field, we'll insert the value of sync ID. In the title and description fields, we'll insert the values of name and notes. In the all-day event, we'll insert the value of all-day task. In the start date and end date, we'll insert the values of the calculated start and end date and time. In the sync ID field, we'll insert the value of the Asana task ID. Now our first bot's complete. Let's save this and move on to the next one. We'll name the second bot Google Calendar to Asana Sync. Step 1 will be on new or updated event in your Google Calendar account. Step 2 will be an if step with yes and no steps inside of it, similar to the first bot. In the first box, we'll insert the value of sync ID. In the drop-down, we'll select is empty. Then for the yes step, we will add a new Asana task. We'll select the workspace and the project, then we'll insert the values from Google Calendar as follows. In the task name and notes fields, we'll insert the values of title and description. In the all-day task field, we'll insert the value of all-day event. In the due on field, we'll insert the value of the calculated start time. In the sync ID, we'll insert the value of the Google Calendar ID. Now let's enter an update Google Calendar event step. This will add a sync ID to the Google Calendar event that links it to the new Asana task. First, we'll select the calendar, then we'll insert the Google Calendar event ID into the ID field. Then we will insert the Asana ID into the sync ID field. For no, we will add an update Asana task step. We'll insert the following values from Google Calendar. In the task ID field, we'll insert the value of the Google Calendar sync ID. In the task name and notes, we'll insert the values of title and description. In the all-day task, we'll insert the value of all-day event. In the due on field, we'll insert the value of the calculated start time. In the sync ID field, we'll insert the value of the Google Calendar event ID. Now our second bot is complete. Let's save it. Now our 2 bots are running and will automatically sync every few minutes. Let's test out the sync by creating new tasks and events in both Asana and Google Calendar. First, we'll go to Asana. I'll create 2 tasks, one with a date and a time, the other as an all-day event. You can see here that our bot triggered for both events. In Google Calendar, you can see that those tasks became events with the date and the time. Now let's add two events in Google Calendar. One as an all-day event and the other with a date and a time. Then let's edit the two Asana task events in Google Calendar. Here in Asana, you can see the two new events as tasks and the two updated tasks from Google Calendar. Now let's update all of these tasks in Asana. For the sake of this video, I will add a 2 at the end of each task and change a few of the dates and the times. Now let's go to Google Calendar. You can see all 4 of the events automatically changed. Now we can leave this bot running and our Google Calendar events and Asana tasks will continue to automatically sync. In this video, we learned how to sync Asana and Google Calendar both ways for new and updated events or tasks in zzBots. Please check out our other videos to see how zzBots can best help you.